My name is Carina Gardner, and I'm what you would call a practical designer. If you're ready to create a life that you love, become an incredible force for good, and generate income while pursuing your dreams, this is the podcast for you. Welcome to Make and Design. I can't believe how many times I have said the phrase like, I am so glad that I didn't have all my eggs in one basket. And this is one of those episodes that is a cautionary tale about putting all of your eggs into a single basket. And what I'm really talking about is all of your designs into a single shop. Now, in the short run, especially for new designers, my designers, especially my design suite designers, know that we like to have all of our eggs in one basket to begin with. Why? Because there are things that we have to do so that we can make it to the next level. And one of those things is to really dig deep and do one thing very well first. But as your design business grows, and I would say especially 2 to 3 years into it, my recommendation is always to expand and to be in more shops and in multiple mediums. And there are ways to do it that's smart, and there are ways to do it that is not as smart. And I'm not going to get into that, but I want to talk instead about this whole being glad to not have all my eggs in one basket. And even now, I don't have all my eggs in one basket. You know, I know a lot of teachers and those who have programs, all of their eggs are in a single basket. It's in that. Many of you know that I still design. I still have design platforms. And while I am not putting all my focus into that because now I teach in a design program, I still have them and they still make me money. And that is an important piece for you to understand, that multiple streams of income are going to help you in the long run as you are creating your design businesses. So how did this topic come up? A couple of weeks ago, or maybe, it's been a couple of weeks ago, I have a podcast called Design Your Life. It is not available to the public. It's private for Design Suite members only. So if you are, which by the way, so many of you are joining Design Suite right now. I'm so excited to have you guys in our program, especially now that we have our new subscription method. So if you want to find out more about that, 100% you should by either coming to a design boot camp or checking out our website to see if there's a way for you to learn more about our current Design Suite program. But this came up because I do an entire episode where I kind of drop the T on, sorry, that was my watch, on Jane.com. So Jane.com closed unexpectedly the week before Black Friday. And a lot of people didn't get their money back from the situation. And you know, I don't know all the details. I have no idea what happened exactly, but after owning multiple business, I have some ideas, and there were some markers there. Jane.com was one of the main places. I own another company called Miniloo, and Miniloo is fully digital now, but it used to be a physical products company. And it was the main place we sold all of our goods. And we no longer do physical products, and so I hadn't been working or doing anything with Jane.com for a little while, but I remember when that closed a little while ago, month and a half ago, how, you know, I sighed with relief and I thought, I'm so glad I don't have all my eggs in one basket, because the number of vendors I saw speaking up on the internet about how they hadn't been paid, or they, you know, customers who didn't get their products, but they had paid. I mean, it was really rough. It was really scary. And I think especially for designers, especially in this day and age where there is really a lot of availability to work on a lot of different platforms, that you should really think about diversifying and figuring out ways to have multiple streams. Now, be careful with this. And this is why I always hesitate to tell people to do this. But be careful with this, because one of the things that happens when we diversify too quickly is then we are unable to see results. And it's because we haven't put enough time into a single thing to get really good at it. Does that make sense? So when I first started my program, we didn't force anyone. We still don't force anyone, but we never forced anyone to, and we never advised anyone just on a single stream. That about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, we started doing that because we saw that most new designers are scattered enough because there's so many things they want to do that it felt really hard for them to focus in on one thing. So I always fear telling this, and if you have not taken a design boot camp or you're not in my design suite program, you're just taking the advice, my free advice that I'm giving you here, and then you take it and you tweak it in such a way that it doesn't actually work. And you're like, Carina said to have multiple streams of income. Yes, I am. But I'm also telling you it's done in a particular order and it's done a certain way. And when new designers do it in the wrong way, then they feel unsuccessful, they feel like failures, and I really don't want you to feel that way. I really don't. I just know that over the long-term trajectory of your design business, you do want multiple streams of income. But usually that's not in the first year, sometimes the first 6 months, and so forth, okay? So just know I am putting a little warning in there that sometimes we need to be smart and we need to make sure we're doing things in the right order, okay? But once again, I'm just going to tell you, I think you will feel a little safer and a little better if all of your eggs are not in a single basket. Over the years, as I have been working through platforms, I've always been very grateful that I've had multiple platforms, that several different things were bringing in income, because there are definitely times where I get a little nervous or a little scared about the income coming in based on what I see going on in the economy. And so one of the best ways to deal with that is some diversification. Now, I want to tell you that it doesn't just have to be diversification of platforms. It can be in activities as well, right? So one of the things I did when I was concerned about design income is I took up some freelance work. And so I started doing some client work on the side as well. That makes a huge difference if I have some client work going on the same time as my digital work. And that's one of the many reasons why you see that our Design Suite program is very much interested in creating a holistic designer, not just a surface pattern designer or an SVG designer or a calendar designer. I kind of don't really believe in that. I believe that being a great designer means you understand design principles, you understand great foundations, you understand not only how to do the software, but like all the mediums available to you to create income. And so that's why we do what we do. I think if I just wanted to make a quick buck, I would just do one tiny little thing, right? And we don't. Instead, we are, very excited about our designers who go on to get freelance jobs, and there are several who do, or go work in-house for a company. That's a really cool thing that we get to do with our designers that a lot of design programs out there don't get to do. So I just want to emphasize to you that you need to understand the multiple streams that really are available to you. And it doesn't just have to be digital, even though I talk about digital a lot here. It can be craft fairs. Some of you saw the interview, or maybe the interview's coming up. Actually, yeah, we have an interview. Oh, it's not until January 22nd, you guys. I have an interview with Tracy Ronaldo, who is in my Design Suite program, and she does craft fairs. So there are a lot of different ways in order to make money. No one way is the right way, but there are certainly methods that make more money than others. And so just be aware of that. There's some really cool ways to make money. And I know you can do it. I know you can do it. And this is the year to do it. It's the beginning of the year. Dig deep, figure out what you want to do, and go after those goals. It's pretty fun. Man, I hope you're having a very good first week of January.
I'm so excited to see so many of you who are already signed up for the January boot camp, which is happening next week. I hope I get to see you there. I hope you come with questions. I hope I get to inspire you and let you see what's really possible. If you haven't signed up for that yet, all you have to go to is designsuitecourses.com/designbootcamp. I can't wait to see you there. You get the 10-day, plus you get gifted the ability to come to live boot camps. And so we're going to have a good time. I cannot wait for you to get to a place in your design business where multiple streams of revenue is what you're focusing on. At the beginning, you're going to be focusing on a single stream, but eventually you are going to be focusing on multiple streams of revenue, which is really powerful. So I'm excited for you as you are moving forward, creating an amazing design journey for yourself. It's totally worth it. It's a lot of work, but sometimes work feels like play when you're a designer. So that makes it pretty darn amazing. Can't wait to see you guys. Keep on designing, and I'll see you soon.
Did you know you have access to more free design content, die cut files, and sewing patterns? Join our exclusive VIP group for free by going to designsuitecourses.com/free.